Greetings, Judah. DFG at Gideon's Flight. Hey guys, just want to take a moment and share with the world, not necessarily with you, but share with the world why we feel compelled to bring forth the word of Yah, as many of us have now recognized that we have a full responsibility to do so. And, we're challenged, and we talked about this before, from near and far as to, who do you guys think you are? Nobody wants to hear your religious talk. No man can judge me. Don't talk about religion and politics. All of the rhetoric that we hear that will try to, well, the enemy really will try to push into our Rahuk to suppress the word of Elohim. And they will make us feel, I'm talking about not just the wicked, oppressive spirits that come upon us. I'm not talking about that, that causes, us to, at those moments to, to just not feel so encouraged. I guess that's the right way to say it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the physical, the fleshly ones who come at us. Some of them come at us directly. Some of them gossip about us behind our backs. They backbite. They talk to their friends about us, or they talk to our friends about us, as though a true friend would listen to anything that their friend or someone who would say something about that would be demeaning to their friends. See, a true friend would never tolerate that. Our book tells us that a friend sticketh closer than a brother. See, a lot of you guys are calling associates friends, people that you know, people that you are affiliated with, people you may be laying in the bed with as a friend. But no, a true friend will never allow the enemy to speak evil against their friend. A true friend will never speak evil against their friend. I don't care what the situation is, circumstances are. They just won't find it in their rahut or their hearts to do it. But I digress. That's not the point of this message. But that is just kind of a qualifier, so to speak, that I wanted to bring out. But as we get back to the message at hand, we as the body of Elohim, in other words, the apple of his eye, the thing that he loves so much, the one of a kind, set apart, called out believers, praise Yah. And I hope that makes you feel as good as it makes me feel to just say that and to understand that and recognize, how wonderful it is to be loved and to be seen as special by the creator of everything that exists in anything. Praise Yah. But he gave us a commission. And that's the point that I want to make tonight. Yah gave you the commission. World, all of you out there who don't want to hear what we have to say, you need to understand it doesn't matter that you don't want to hear from us. Be honest with you, some of us understand why you don't want to hear from us. And in some cases, we really don't want to say anything to you because we know you don't want to hear anything from us. But something that you have to understand and something you need to get in your stiff foreheads right now. We are under the commandment of Elohim to bring forth his word as it is written in our history book. We're under commandment to do it. And this is not a new commandment. It's not even a last days commandment. It is a written commandment from our ancient fathers or forefathers that will pass on until the end of time. And if any of the people of Elohim refuse to fulfill this commission, because that's what it is. It's a commission that's given to every single believer. And if any believer dare shut their mouth when Yah has set them apart and given them the truth to bear witness against this wicked ass evil world, if any believer chooses to go astray or their own way, this is one thing you can believe. Yah will remove his rahuk from you and give it to another that he can trust to be faithful in walking out, living out, and speaking out that commission. And some of you say, where are you getting that from? Well, you remember the story of the talents. See, it's got to be precepts here. You remember the story that Yeshua told his followers at that particular time. You remember about the talents, how one got 1 talent, one got 2, I think another got 5 talents. And how the one that received 2 talents, these were commissions. And the one that got 5 talents, again, a commission. How they went about fulfilling the purpose that they were assigned to do. And you remember the one who received the 1 commission, who refused to go forward with that commission but sat on it, decided that, I don't want to offend anybody, I don't want to cause no problems. I'm saved, I'm glad I'm saved, I know Elohim, and that's good enough for me, and I ain't got to be doing all that stuff, y'all. If y'all want to do, y'all do it, but I ain't going to be doing all that stuff, because you know what? I don't want to have no problems. Remember what Yeshua said that Elohim did to that particular individual? Not the one or the other 2 who utilized what Yah had given them to bear forth fruit. In other words, put it to work, their commission. But the one who decided he wasn't going to do anything. He just was I'm going to walk by myself. I don't need to do all that. It ain't about all that. You could just be quiet. You keep your religion to yourself. Him or her. You know what Yah said? Elohim removed the commission from them. And not only did Elohim remove that commission from him or her, he gave it to the other 2. In other words, it was like fire shut up in their bone. They were on fire for Elohim. They got extra because they got what the one who had been given refused to utilize. And that's the point that I'm saying in regards to we have no choice in the matter. We do have a choice. We can live within and be a part of the blessings to come that are so imaginable that Isaiah said it had not entered the mind or the hearts of men the things that Yah has prepared for those who obey, those who love him. Now, we could be a part of that, or we could be cast out into the fire continually. So painful, locked in stocks, in chains, in a small, tight space, miserable, wishing to die, hoping to die, can't die, pleading for mercy, and no one will hear. Or we can look forward to that. Now, my friends, please understand. And again, I'm not talking to my brothers and sisters of Judah. Yes, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking on behalf of us to the world around us. Please understand, don't give us that choice to burn in hell where your asses are going to go if you stay in your hardness and your rebellion, or live in paradise to the degree that no matter what beauty, think about this again, my sisters, my brothers. I want you to think about this. All of you are just not having a good time right now in your life. I want you to think about this. Think about the most beautiful thing that you could. Come on, think about something. No, don't go cheap on yourself. When I say think about the most beautiful thing, don't start talking about a diamond or a beautiful dress or beautiful shoes. Come on, I'm talking about something so utopian when you look at it, you almost become hypnotized in a feeling of glee and joy and excitement will come over you, where you will feel like, whoa, whoa, I've never seen something so beautiful before. Can you imagine that? Come on, you can do it. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine something like that? You can. I know you can. You've seen it, whether it's on television or some movie. Some of you may have seen it in your travels. Come on. The most beautiful thing you've seen. The most beautiful time you've ever had. The most precious you've ever felt. I mean, where you felt, boy, now this is love. This is the most precious thing. My brothers, that last example might be a little bit too, maybe effeminate for you. So I ain't trying to go there with the brothers, but something that makes you feel powerful, victorious. It's like winning. If you ever played sports, your team just won the championship and you were the most valuable player. Your family was just blessed with wealth beyond understanding. And it happened because you made a great investment or you made a great decision. See, those things, ladies, I gave you your examples. Men, I've given you your examples. Now, with those examples, come on, think it out. Think it out. Can you see it? Stop for a moment. Reflect on it. Come on. Come on, let's entertain each other. Now I am talking to you, Judah. World, listen up. Now, come on, Judah. How about if I give you 30 seconds? Okay, starting right now. Come on, think it out. Come on, you starting to see it now? Come on, visualize. Come on, come on. All right, come on, you seeing it? Come on. Okay, Gusto, you there? You there? Did you get there? Did you see it? Did you revisit it? The beautiful beach or beautiful ocean front, the beautiful mountains, beautiful trees, beautiful hills, beautiful hotel resort, beautiful people. Did you get there? Well, guess what, my brothers and sisters? Yah said what you thought is as far from what you can imagine as the heavens are from the earth in terms of the thoughts that he has planned for you and yours. Praise Yah. Now yours who are of the body of Elohim, the family. This is the promise that we have. And so those of us who are not, those of us who are Judah and the stranger, but you have not taken time to consider why we will not consider what you ask of us to shut up and practice our so-called beliefs alone. Because we know what Yah has in store for us. Yeshua kind of gave a hint when he said, in my Father's house there are many mansions. And I go to prepare a place for you. And where I go, you will be there also. I'm sure you Judite Christians are familiar with that one. You probably heard it preached in them hellhole you call churches more than anything else when they're trying to, rip you off. But see, we don't have to be ripped off. It's a promise, it's a guarantee to us if we are obedient. And this world knows that promise is coming to us. That's why they're trying to delay the end of this world as best they know how. With all of their little wicked inventions, all their little wicked time capsules, putting computer chips in their brain now, memory chips in their brain, so when they die, that chip to activate and they can put it in a different body. Sort of like Get Out. Remember the movie Get Out? And then all of a sudden everything is new again and they'll be the same person. Just anything not to die. And the reason they don't want to die because they know the end. They've read the book too. So that's what a lot of you so-called not what they call you guys? I always get this word hard. Agnostics. That's what so many of you want to do. Well, I'm not sure one way or the other. Well, you need to understand your enemy is 100% sure of what the end is, and they're gonna do everything in their power for that end not to come. They will lie and tell you about investments that will last for the next 30 years or 100 years. What's the new? White people they plan for the next 500 years. That's all lies. How the hell they know what they're planning for the next 500 unless they're Satan? Because they're not believers of Elohim. So who's telling them that, white people or whoever, they have a 500-year plan. Black folks plan for a week. White folks plan for 5. Who told them that? Where did they get that knowledge from? Is that knowledge from above, or was that knowledge coming from beneath? Because we know the fallen ones are beneath, so you can see what I'm doing. So who told them that lie? And how many of you buying into that lie? Because it sounds good. Sounds like, oh, they must be really special. See how wise they are? They're not wise. They're damn fools. The only wisdom that they do have is that they know their end is near. And you may ask, DFG, can you give me a precept, an example of what would make you believe that they know their end is near? I'm glad you asked. We remember when Yeshua came upon the wild man who was living in the caves, who was cutting himself up and had everybody in the city terrified of him. They were all scared of this man. And when that man saw Yeshua come upon him, know what that demon said that was in them demons? Matter of fact, the man had anywhere between, he said there were a legion. So a legion could be 1,000 to 10,000 demons in one person. Why you sisters out there, we're going to warn you again. Better be careful with these damn wicked ass niggas you messing with. And I'm calling them niggas. I'm not talking about Hebrew Israelite men in their right mind. I'm talking about these little wretched ones. These little crack smoking, dope dealing, pants sagging, dumbass, irresponsible fools. You better be careful with them damn demons inside the, because those niggas will sleep with you tonight and they will murder your ass the next night if they can't have their way with you. And many of you get seduced and sucked in because he's so cute, he's so fine, he got a nice, car, he got a good reputation. I like the way he sang, you follow me? I like the way he run guns, whatever that nigga gonna kill you one day. You better watch out. Because see them thousands of demons in his ass, the minute you piss him off to a point where you get him to that point of no return, he gonna take you out. But let me get back on track here. That's just a warning to you sisters, young and old. Just know you heard it. When you're looking over at him, if he don't love Elohim, and there's nothing greater than him to him, and I'm not talking about you, that's a lie. Telling you, oh baby, you the greatest thing, he's lying. If he can't love Elohim, how the hell he gonna love you? The statutes, commandments, and laws of Elohim is what gives him principles. That's what gives him a value system. I'm talking about a real value system. Like thou shalt not kill. A real value system. Thou shalt honor your mother and your father all the days of your life. That thou shalt love the Lord Elohim, with all your heart, all your mind, and all your rahuk. How could he not have any of those foundations and tell you, he loves you and that that he got you. Now he got himself, but he's using you to elevate himself. And the day you piss him off, I'm talking about at a point of no return. I'm not talking about your little argument, breakup, makeup, silliness. I'm talking about when that breakup in his mind is final, he gonna finalize everything. Some of you guys have been related to people that has happened to. Some of you all have known people that has happened to, and some of you guys are gonna know and be a witness real soon of someone that's gonna happen to. Because none of y'all words go out and come back void. If y'all put it in the mouth of a messenger, it's a warning. It's going to happen. But again, I digress. Let's get back to what happened. When that demon, like the thousands of demons that are in some of these people that you're dealing with, who have no foundation of truth with them. They don't love Elohim. They don't love the word of Elohim. They don't love the people of Elohim. When that demon saw Yeshua, you know what that demon said? We know who you are. Oh yeah. Why? He said, no, he said, we know who you are. You're the Messiah. Why have you come to torment us before it's time? That's right. They told him. They were saying to him, they rebuked him that time. It was the first and only time where the demons rebuked the Messiah. They rebuked him and said, wait a minute, it's not the time yet. Why are you here? You see, these demons who run this world, what's his name? Satan, aka Biden. See, these demons that run this world, they know these things already, my sisters and brothers. They have known this stuff long ago. You wouldn't be allowed to become president of the United States over the last 40, 50, 100 years, except you had already, how you said, I want to say drink the blood, but I'm sure that's not the right analogy. That you have already made, shed the blood. You know what I'm saying? You've already sold your soul. And you sold your soul to Satan for power, glory, and significance. So those demons know when the end is near. Unfortunately, Judah has no clue, at least some of Judah. What the scripture say? The ox knows his ass. The ox knows his owner and the ass knows his master. But Israel don't have a clue of who he is or who Elohim is. That's what our forefather Isaiah tried to warn us of. But just let it be known, this warfare is a real warfare. So when we come out and we bring forth the truth, we bring forth the word, we are understanding that we're at war, and we know that the only way for us to survive and to make it through this battle is that not only we got to know the word, we got to love the word, and we had better teach and preach it. And when I say preach it, I'm not talking about no damn religious preacher foolishness. I'm talking about preaching from when I say preach, I'm talking about proclaiming it. That's what I mean. When I say preach, proclaim, teach is study. And obviously, walking it out is living it out. Praise Yah. Now that's a lot to be said. And I've already taken, let's see, how much time? Wow. Praise Yah. 23 minutes. That's how time flies when you're having a good time. Right, my friends, my brothers, my sisters. But imagine again the beauty, the glory, the most wonderful things that Elohim has for you. He said, your mind has not considered it, nor your heart has been able to imagine the things that he has in store for those who love him, those who obey him. This is that commission. But now I'm going to give you some word. You knew this was coming. You had to, if you've been following this channel, you know I am not going to share anything with you and bring Yah into that conversation without validating that it was not my word, although I may have been the vessel, that it is the word of Elohim. So you can put what I said to the test. I almost want to start talking about them little wicked ass Asians again. They still calling me nigga. I guess that's the only damn word they know. Nigga and welfare and racist, I guess. But anyway, what else can a nigga say, right? But nigga, racist and welfare. But I digress. That was for you. Nigga knees. Let me go on back into here. Ezekiel chapter 2. Now I'm going to give you the word. Let's follow along. And he said unto me, son of Adam. This is Elohim talking to Ezekiel. He said, stand up on your feet and I will speak unto you. Stand on your feet simply means that, how about Means be courageous. That's what it means. Be courageous. Be bold. And the Rahuk entered into me, and when he spoke unto me and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spoke unto me. So when you get bold and you take a stand, you can hear from Elohim. A lot of you are struggling. A lot of you sisters are out there struggling. And you're struggling because, you're saying that, well, I believe, at least I think I believe, and I want to believe, I'm trying to believe, but for whatever reason, I'm just not, I don't feel his presence in my life. Well, he just answered. He just gave you the information right here, from my mouth to your ears, from his word. Know what your true issue is, sister? What your problem is, sister? The problem that you're having? You're not a problem, but you have a problem. Sister, your problem is you lack courage. You lack courage to believe that Yah can bring forth his promises into your life, regardless of how you may be feeling at this particular time, or maybe your time or month, or whatever going on. You're going through menopause, whatever may be happening to you. Yah, have mercy on you. But your struggle is you don't stand. You don't take a position. You're not being courageous. You're not being bold. Therefore, when Yah comes and wants to speak to you, the Rahuk passes right over you. Ezekiel said, when I stood up, it came in me. And then I became emboldened. Right? And then I could hear him. But he had to stand up first. If you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, if you're sitting there worrying about the issues of life and the things of this world and how you going to make it tomorrow and all that kind of stuff, Yah is never going to deal with you in a strong and mighty way. Oh, he will notice you. He will keep an eye on you because he knows, like a child, you liable to get into folly at any time. But see, when you become bold, my sister, and you're willing to take a stand for Elohim, my sister, then those days will be behind you. The self-doubt, the wandering mind, the curious mind, the suspicious mind, the insecure mind. Those things will be put far away from you, because you will realize that greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. Now you need to go back, get your book out, and go to Ezekiel chapter 2, and just read verses 1, 2, and 3 as a reminder for you, sister. Moving right along. Verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of Adam, I send you to the children of Israel. And again, I don't know how in the hell these demons have the audacity to say this book is for everybody. Only people who can say that is people who have never read the book, or false prophets and teachers and liars. The seed of Satan is the only one that could ever push that type of dogma. It is an abomination to Elohim to say that all these demons, all this wickedness is his. Yes, it was created of Elohim, but the evil grew from interacting with things they should not have interacted with, as they are doing right now today. Excuse me. We are the people of Israel. He came for us. Yeshua was sent to us to guide us back to him. Excuse me. I'm not going to do okay. Excuse me for a second. I'm going to do something that I hate to hear people do, but I got to do this because I have a dry throat. Praise Yah. Shall we continue? Verse 3, and he said unto me, Son of Adam, I send you to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Even unto this very day, right now, Israel, our people, are rebelling against Elohim. And he's saying, I am sick and tired of their behavior. And I'm going to judge them. They're already being judged, but I'm going to continue to judge them. And when I allow that angel, with this Passover celebration is really about, is the death angel sparing Israel, but killing the heathens. He says that I am not going to pass over their houses this time. I'm going to go right through their houses. What do it mean? I'm going to go right through their temples. What temple? Their bodies. How is he going to send the death angel to your bodies? I don't know. Inoculation? Does that ring a bell? Right through your house. Not over your house, but through your house. Why? Because you're in a state of rebellion. A continual state. Your mammy was rebelling, your pappy was rebelling, your wicked ass is rebellion, and your children will be rebellion. And this is going to be the consequence for your rebellion. The same thing that he's sharing with us right here. Shall read on, continuing on. To a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me, they and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are imputed children, stiff-hearted. You know what imputed means? Imputed means that that they're stuck up. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them anything. They know every goddamn thing. That's what imputed means. He said that's what, and you, come on, Israel, Judah. You don't know who that person is? You weren't that person before you came to Elohim? Some of you are still dealing with it, although you are in your right state of mind as you work towards growing in your walk with Elohim. Of course, all those things apply in some form or fashion in your circle of influence and in your circle of experiences. But this is nothing new, my sisters and my brothers. And for you strangers and you Israelites who are still serving heathen traditions and customs, but you stopped to hear this message. Maybe there's a reason that Yah stopped you. Will you consider? Then he goes on to say, for they are impudent children, stiff-hearted, and I do send you unto them, and you shall say unto them. Now I'm getting into why we tell you. Yah has no respect of person. If he got Ezekiel warning our people, he will have you, myself, and every other true believer warning his people. He says, thus saith Elohim, Yahuwah, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will not hear, yet shall know that there has been a prophet amongst them, a messenger. He said, whether you listen or don't listen, doesn't matter. You are not going to be able to say he did not try, that Elohim did not show you mercy. But you were stiff-hearted, impudent. You refused it because you had something better to do with your life, like you're in control of tomorrow. You're going to die, youngster. You're going to die. If you live tomorrow, you're one more closer to your dead day than living today. Every day that you live, you're getting closer to death. How does that make you feel? Every day older you get, it's getting you one more day closer to your death. And you living like you're going to live for eternity. And you will. But your ass going to burn in hell if you continue to be stiff-necked and hard-hearted, going against the word and not hearing the word, as y'all love you enough to put that word through these messages and many other platforms to tell you the truth. And, oh, by the way, your mother who's right there in your presence, your father who is right there in your presence sharing this with you, your brother that's right there in your presence sharing this with you, your children right there, loves you that much and you hate him so much that you'll reject even if he tries to love you intimately. And no, not all intimacy is sex. Intimacy means that he loves you with a pure and perfect love, uncompromising. And there are people who are among some of you who are listening, but you have not converted, you have not turned around, you have not repented, who love you that much, and you are killing their heart of love for you through your adamant rejection, your continually refusal to hear them out and what Yah has to say to you through their love for you. Praise Yah. And you should feel bad about that. And I don't mean, I know some of y'all do feel bad about it, but what you gonna do about it? Feeling bad is not enough. How about giving it consideration? How about, opening up your ears? How about just humbling yourself? How about just putting the brakes on and say, wait a minute, I'm moving fast, but I ain't going no goddamn where. I need to slow my ass down before I become a part of a train wreck and my future is done away with and I'm at judgment. And now I'm going to have to answer to Elohim for why I was so rebellious and why I did not want to hear from my mother or my brothers or my sisters or my good friends, or for that matter, for my spouse or my lover. You have a lot of explaining to do. But guess what? No one's going to listen to you. He said, Yah says, the day you hear his voice, don't harden your heart. He said, you should not. He said, when you hear my voice, and his voice going to come through his prophet, as you just heard right here, through his messenger. He said, you need to listen. Because there's going to be a time because of your refusal, your rebellion, and because I got time, I don't want to hear all that stuff. He said, a time going to come when you want to come back to him. And you know what he's going to tell you? Sorry. I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. I hear you, but I don't. He said, there's going to be a time they're going to cry out for Elohim, and he's going to not hear them. This is the book. So you got time to gamble like that? Especially you so-called agnostics. You got that kind of time? 1 foot in, 1 foot out? I believe, but I don't believe. I'm just saying to you, you got that kind of time, right? Okay? Whatever it is that makes you believe versus whatever it is that makes you don't believe, I think you need to side up with the side that says believe. You know what I'm saying? It's like having an automobile with no insurance. You better hope you never get in a wreck. But on the other hand, it's like having an automobile with great insurance. And if you do get in a wreck, you're going to get, not only you going to be taken care of, but your automobile going to be replaced like new, etc. So wouldn't it be better to have an insurance policy of assurance that, hey, look, whether I may not be sure, but I want to have this policy just in case? So you agnostics, that's what you're not considering. You want to play both sides. Yeshua said that you're like vomit in his mouth. So he's going to spew you out because you don't want to make a decision. You want to be right in the middle. And you cause other people to fall because they're waiting on your ass and you won't come. And that's why Yah told us that we need to move on from you. Don't wait, don't cast his gifts to you because you're treated like a pig, running back to mud, or like a dog returning to vomit. He vomited up and he's going to go right back and eat it. That's why Yah said that we should not be dealing with you. Because you don't want to make a decision. You want to have it both ways. You want the world's way and you want Elohim's way. Yeah, Yah say there's no way where two people can walk together except they agree. So if you're walking in between, you're walking in the way of wickedness. You've chosen Satan's way, agnostic. You're just not wise enough to realize it, or maybe you are wise enough to realize it. Then that makes you twice the wicked. Because now you really don't have an excuse. Let Yah's word be true. Let me continue on here. Praise Elohim. And you, son of man, be not afraid of them. Now he's talking to us, Judah. Don't be afraid of them. Neither be afraid of their words, nor their sticks and stones. I'm going to say it that way, briars and thorns. Don't be afraid of their sticks and stones. Those saying sticks and stones may break your bones, but talk, you know. He said, don't be afraid of their words and their sticks and their stones that be with you. And you do well amongst the scorpions. In other words, he's saying, don't be afraid of their words or their briars or their thorns that might be around you. And you'll do well even if you're among their scorpions, because I'm with you. In other words, they're deadly things. Praise Yah. He said, be not dismayed at their looks. You know how that little mean mugging look they'll give you now? Especially some of Judah's sisters, when the Judah brothers are in their presence, they mean mugging them now. And some of these men mean mugging them with their effeminate asses too. You can't say two words to them without them looking at you like like they're ready to commit violence against you. Effeminate on steroids. Just like a female. Respectfully, females, I know you don't mean no harm by your looks, by how you look at somebody. But when a man takes upon those same attributes, that makes him a spiritual homosexual. I don't care if mama raised you, who the hell raised you, you're still a man, you need to act like one. If you don't see a man role model in your house, then go find one some goddamn where. I did. Open a goddamn book. Find this book. There are many, many male role models in here. No excuse for you brothers. Well, I ain't have a father in my life, so I didn't know how to be a man. Well, did you have the book in your house? Then open the damn thing up and study how to be a man. Yah will give you instruction. Praise Yah. No excuses. Verse 7. And you shall speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will not hear. For they are the most rebellious people. But you, believer, hear what I say unto you. Be not rebellious like the rebellious house that you're living in. Open your mouth and eat that I give you. In other words, he's saying, I'm going to tell you what to say. Just say it. And when I looked, and behold, a hand was sent unto me, a roll of a cipher. In other words, the book, the word of Yah, was given to the believer. Because again, as verse 2 said, they were bold. And the Rahuk came into them. That angel went over them, stood in them, or through them. He says, open your mouth and eat what I give you. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me. Praise Elohim. And a roll or a book or the cipher was in his hand. The cipher, the book, was in his hand. This is the example how Elohim presented the book to our forefather Ezekiel. As Yah has presented this book to you, or his word to you. It doesn't even have to, the book is for your history. But Yah hand, you don't have to see the book, because he's the most wonderful, most powerful spirit known to mankind. You don't need the book to come to Elohim. You just need to have a heart and a willingness to come into Elohim. Praise Yah. But in this instance, he says, here's the book. And he spread it before me, as it was written within and without. And there was written within the lamentations and the mourning and the woe. The mourning. You know, I talked about the weeping and gnashing of the teeth of what's going to happen to those who resist. That's mourning. The woe. See, inside this book, is all of the truth. That's why this book is so important, so valuable to us. I'm not talking about the cipher. I'm talking about the word of Elohim. But the cipher will do. All right? It's why it's so important, because it covers every aspect of life. Praise Yah, the good and the bad, the happy and the sad, the rich and the poverty, the free and the bond. Amen? Verse chapter 3. And I'm going to get through this pretty fast. I'm going to praise Yah. I'm going to do more reading, so follow me. Unless Yah stops, I'll elaborate. Then I will elaborate. Sorry, praise Elohim. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that you find. Eat this roll, talking about the book, studying the word of Elohim, letting that word become a part of our bodies, letting that word become a part of our way of life, sisters and brothers. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat. Open your mouth means this, opening your mind and opening your heart. And he said unto me, Son of Adam, believer, Israel, Judah, Son of Adam, cause your belly to eat, and fill your stomach with this roll that I give you. Then I did eat. See, he wasn't rebellious. See, sisters and brothers, don't be rebellious. You don't have to be rebellious. You just have to be willing. If you want to experience what we know, if you want to believe how we believe, if you want the assurance that we have, this is all you have to do. Not hard. Cost you nothing. It's the most valuable thing a man could ever have, yet there's no cost to it at all. That's why you're going to be without excuse if you reject the word. He goes on to say, Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. You see? He just said what I said. He said it's smooth, a lot smoother than DFG said it. See, DFG was all over the place. You know, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be glorious, you're gonna be just the best thing that ever happened to you. And he just said, no, it's gonna be smooth like honey. It's gonna be sweet. Because it's, that's all I was trying to say. But I'm not as eloquent. You know what I'm saying? Or as articulate as Ezekiel. Praise Yah. But I'm getting there. I'm trying. Just kidding. And he said unto me, Son of man, get you into the house of Israel. Go you to the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them. For you out there who have not come in, that's why we refuse to shut up. When you tell us, leave you alone, religion is personal and no man can judge you. We never said we were going to judge you. We were warning you that Elohim would. And we have to. He's not giving us the choice. That's what you fail to understand. And if you had the sweetness of the honey that we had, you wouldn't shut up either. And if you ever get it, you'll know why I said it. Or more importantly, why we do it. And he said unto me, Son of Adam, get you to the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them. For you are not sent to a people of a strange speech or of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. See, again, this message is not for them damn heathens. And you've heard me say that time, the heathen will never embrace this. The heathen, they don't have it in them to embrace this. They're beasts. They have no more instinct to love Yah as your dog has to love Yah, or as a rabbit or a cat. But you have it. Our people have always demonstrated that excitement, that utopia, when it came down to praising and worshiping Elohim. We just happen to do it in the wrong damn places. And now Yah is saying, come out of those places and worship me in public. The earth is your temple. The firmament is your temple. And this flat earth is your stage. Praise Yah. And not many people of a strange speech or of a hard language whose words you cannot understand. Surely had I sent you to them, they would have hearkened unto you. See, Yah saying to us, Israel, but you see, had I sent our messages to them heathens, they would have listened. Some of them heathens out there, the strangers out there listening right now. And they're trying. But if you listen to them carefully, you can tell, man, they were struggling. They are struggling. They start off right, then they wander off, and by the time they finish talking, you're like, what the hell? Because it's not intended for them. It's for you, for us, Israel, Judah. Behold, I have made your face strong against their faces, and your forehead strong against their foreheads. And as an adamant, harder than flint, have I made your forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Now he's talking back about our people. He said, don't fear your relatives and your friends and all these other ones who don't want to hear what you have to say. Or now they're mad at you because you're not living like a damn whore or a foolish ass nigger, for lack of a better word. Whatever, we know what a nigger is, and the damn sure is not a Hebrew Israelite. Not us. We have some amongst us who can act like niggas, but we're not niggers. We're the most civilized people on this planet. We are creators of culture, cleanliness, bathing, eating, with utensils, arts and sciences, entertainment, academia, astrology, astronomy. I mean, hell, our ancestors could read the goddamn stars and travel the whole planet. These niggas can't read a map right now and go across the street and get there, without being late. Some of them. Praise Yah. He goes on to say, verse 11, verse 10. He said, moreover, he said unto me, son of Adam, all my words that I speak unto you, receive them in your heart, hear them with your ears, and then go and get you to them of captivity, our people, the people in bondage, right here on Turtle Island, so-called America. He said, go unto those who are in captivity, unto the children of your people, not to strangers, dumbasses. How many times do we have to tell you? Why are we getting caught up in other people's issues? When y'all didn't tell us to go and worry about what's going on with the homosexuals or the lesbians or the gay rights or the Asian rights or whatever kind of damn right. He said, leave that crap alone. Feminism, pro-choice. He said, that is for the heathens. That is not what we do. That's what the dogs do. That's what the dogs do. The two-legged dogs, they do those things. Israel, you are not to follow the ways of the dogs. Go back and read Revelation 22, 14 and 15. He says, everything that is outside of the gate of Israel, the 12 gates, he said, everything that's outside that gate that's not permitted in the gate, he said, are dogs. You have no business fellowshipping with the dogs. Hallelujah. He says, go and get to them of captivity, unto the children of your people, and speak unto them, and tell them. So my brothers and my sisters who are struggling, and some of you have gotten a little discouraged because your loved ones refuse to hear. Be encouraged. Look at what the word said to you. Y'all already knew that was going to happen. Praise Yah. I am happy for you. I'm happy to share this moment, this intimacy with you right now, so that you can see you are not alone, and it was foretold thousands of years ago that you will be in a situation that you're in right now, and Yah eyes is watching over you. As a matter of fact, 2 Chronicles 6:9 says the Rahuk of Elohim goes throughout this whole planet, searching to show himself strong in those whose hearts are perfect towards him. That's you, my sisters. That's you, my brothers. Hallelujah. Thus says Yahuwah, whether they will hear you or whether they will not hear you. Then the Rahut took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of great rushing, saying, blessed be the glory of Yahuwah from his place. I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touch one another, and the noise of the Ophium over against them, and the noise of a great rushing. So the Rahut lifted me up and took me away, and I went into bitterness in the heat of my Rahut, but the hand of Yahuwah was strong upon me. And see, that's what I'm saying to you, my sisters and my brothers. Some of you guys who are struggling and dealing with some of these cares and these issues of life, and you don't know how to fight through. Y'all say, look, just stay in the, just stick it out. Hang in there. I got you. I see you. I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm going to let you go anywhere if you don't become rebellious. What is rebellious? I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't care anymore. Okay, go ahead. See where that's going to get your ass. But for those of you who are going to stand strong regardless, and you're going to be obedient regardless, and that's what he means, even if you're bitter, you're still not going to respond in any kind of way that's offensive to Elohim. You're not going to go against the commandments. I don't care how bitter you might feel about something or someone. You're not going to act out on that. Yah says, be not deceived. His word is not mocked. Whatever man sow it, you're going to reap it. So if you go out there and you act violently towards someone, Yah is going to turn that violence right back to you. If you go out there and you do something wicked and cunning to someone, Yah is going to turn it right back to you, and you will have no peace. And he will not let you repent for the wickedness that you have performed. See, a lot of you think I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna apologize. Yah say, I am not going to accept your apology when you knew not to do it. The book says for him to know it to do good and to do it not, and they don't do it. He said for that man or that woman, that is sin. You have no excuse, is what he's saying. You're supposed to walk in peace with your brothers and in peace with your sisters. Praise Yah. That was for somebody. I don't know who it was, but I hope you received it. Verse 13. I also heard the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touched one another. Verse 14. Verse 15. Then I came to them of captivity that dwelt by the river of Kavar. And I sat where they sat, and remained there astonished among them for 7 days. And it came to pass at the end of the 7 days that the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. You know what a watchman is? That's someone who's watching over your souls. Those are your so-called shepherds. The men that Yah bring into your life. You sisters, the women, the sisters that Yah bring into your life. Amen? These are your watchmen. They're there to watch over your soul, to help guide you through the scorpions. You know, Yah talked about a little while ago, or what I've shared with you. They're there to help you. But they can't help someone that don't want to be helped. And Yah will send them. You reject them, Yah's not going to send another. Believe it. Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth. So hear what I'm saying, and give them warning from me. See, again, this is where the whole thing began. Why people are challenging us, why we're talking, why we're making all this noise. Why don't we just be quiet? Why don't we just let everybody believe what they want to believe, practice whatever religion they want to practice, go to church on Easter and celebrate Caesar Borgia, homosexual, murder, rapist ass under the guise of white Jesus. Oh, just don't talk about that. We don't want to hear none of that kind of stuff. Yah said, no, you warn their asses. Warn them. Don't give them no peace. My sister, my brother, don't give them no peace. If they want peace, then tell them don't answer your phone calls. Don't come to your house. And whenever you show up, maybe they should leave. Other than that, you bringing it. Sisters, same applies to you. You bring it. Wherever you go, you bring it. Brothers, wherever you go, you bring it. And when I say unto the wicked, you shall surely die. See, all this God is love foolishness that they teach. God is love. And Jesus is love. Jesus loved the whole world. So he even gave his only begotten son. Because that's how it sounds to the ears of y'all. Like Charlie Brown. Remember the old Charlie Brown classroom teacher? You could never hear what the teacher was saying. Wah, 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 wah. That's how you sound. with that foolishness. Yah says, speak and warn the wicked of his wicked way to save his life. In essence, we're telling them this so that the wicked that we know, we know they're not living for Yah, they're not walking for Yah, they're in these boulets, these occultic sororities, fraternities. You heard me talk about these Zulus, these Freemasons, the skulls and bones, all of these judgeships, and these other secret societies, Eastern Stars, all the rest of them wicked ass people. Yah is saying we're warning them so that they don't die. But many are going to die because they're not going to heed that warning. But we have to tell them anyway, my sisters and brothers. Cry aloud. Spare now. That's Isaiah 58. Lift your voice like a trumpet. He said, tell the house of Israel that they are sinning, and their sin is against Elohim, their creator and their destroyer. Tell them that they're pissing him off. Praise Yah. He says, when I say unto the wicked, he said, when I tell you to say unto the wicked, they shall surely die, and you don't warn, you don't give him warning, nor speak to warn the wicked of his wicked way to save his life, that same wicked man is going to die in his iniquity. Now I want you to understand this. Listen to this part very carefully, my sisters and my brothers. Yah said if you don't warn the people that you love who are out there doing wicked shit, and you're going along with them, and so you're telling them it's wrong, and telling them they better come out and better stop, their ass is going to die. Their ass is going to die if you don't warn them. But see, there's two parts to this thing. This is why you got to speak out. Here's the second part. All right? I'm going to read the first part, and I'm going to read the second part. First part. He says, when you say unto the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, tell them to stop what they're doing when you know it's evil, to save their life, the same wicked woman or man shall die in their wickedness. Part 2. But his blood will I require at your hand, messenger. Sister, brother, believer, guess what? When you put this word in, you became responsible for that word. When you put it in you, you are now responsible for that word. You are the guardian of that word. You are the vessel from which Yah will use to warn the wicked. And if you don't do it, this is what's going to happen to you. He's going to require that. He said, but their blood, the blood of the wicked, he's going to require at your hand. You heard me? Like you said down south, you heard me? You need to hear this. Yah is saying, if you don't want, so all of you say, I don't want to hurt my children's feelings, and I want to have a relationship with my children. I don't want my children to ostracize me. I want, because they won't let me see my grandkids. Whatever your rationale is, your dumb logic is. Because your logic to Yah's logic is like the heaven from the earth. That makes no sense to Elohim for you to be talking about you want to have a relationship with little demon children who don't have to be demon children, because if you had opened up your wicked mouth. When Yah put in your mouth the sweetness, the honey, his word. But he said if you warn them, it's one thing. You're warning them to keep them from dying. But if you refuse to warn them, their blood is on your head, sisters and brothers. So therefore, you have better be very comfortable in speaking up and speaking out. And I know many of you right now, you're still sitting around there wavering-minded about this, uncertain about this, still valuing, a death sentence that's placed on your loved one. If you know that your loved one is going to get a death sentence, and you can get the most powerful attorney on the planet to plead their case, to save their life, why wouldn't you do that? Which of you in your right mind would not do that? To save someone that you love. And you had the means to hire someone to save them. Which one of you would not do that? Well, that's the equivalent of not speaking to them and telling them about their wickedness and how they're living. And therefore, they're gonna die, and Yah's gonna require their blood on your head. You're gonna have blood on your hands if you don't say something to them. This is the word. Read it for yourself. Again, when I say unto you, the wicked, when I say to you to say to the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him or her not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from their wickedness, to save their life, the same wicked man shall die in his wickedness, but his blood will I require at your hand. Now both of y'all wicked asses going, because you're wicked for not saying something. So their ass gonna die, and you're gonna die. That's why DFG brings this forward, and I constantly remind you guys, don't be afraid to speak up, cry out. If they hate you, don't worry about that. Yah loves you. That's more than you could ever imagine to fulfill whatever you can need. Yah will always make you feel whole. And his promises are without repentance. Again, when a righteous man turns from his righteousness and commits iniquity, and I will lay a stumbling block before him, and he shall die. Now see, this is for those backsliders. For those of us, those who know this truth, but because they get tired. I'm like I said earlier, some of you sisters out there, I'm frustrated. I'm just going to give up. I'm going to quit. Y'all see, he's going to put a stumbling block in front of you. You know what a stumbling block is? He's going to set your ass up. You're going to make a critical mistake, and you're going to pay for it with your life. That's what he says. He says, when a righteous man, because a lot of you sisters are righteous, but you're teetering back and forth. He says, when a righteous man turns from his righteousness and commits iniquity, I will lay a stumbling block before him or her, and he or she shall die. Because you have not given them warning, he shall die in his sins. And his righteousness which he has done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at your hand. Y'all saying, see, all this stuff, if you go out there and you backslide, or you turn against Yah, or you knew what was right, and yet you go out there and decide to do wicked, Yah said, not only your blood going to be required, but all that good you did, he said, I ain't going to remember none of it. That's like taking and putting good money on bad money, as the old saying said. Putting wine, in old new wine in old wineskins, or putting money in bags with holes in it. Now, what he says, for all the stuff you did right, he's not going to remember any of that if you decide to go back, to go start doing iniquity or start practicing wickedness. You don't have a choice. We have no choice. We only have a way. And what way is that? It's the way of Elohim. How do we abide by that? How do we walk by that? The law, statutes, and the commandments of our book, written by us, for us. 21. Nevertheless, if you warn the righteous man that the righteous man sin not, and he does not sin, and he shall surely live, because he has warned. Also, you have delivered his soul. No, you have delivered. Your soul. If you warn brothers and sisters, so let me be clear. Elohim is saying, if you go out there and you warn someone, and they turn from their wickedness and they turn righteousness, not only have their soul got saved, but you saved your soul too, for warning them, for telling them. Let me say it again. If you warn the righteous man that the righteous man sin not, like I just said to some of you just a moment ago, don't do the wickedness that you're considering. Men, female, male and female, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. And if you don't do it, Yah gonna bless you. He says, if you warn the righteous not to sin, and he does not sin, she shall surely live, because she is warned, and also you have delivered your own soul by telling them not to do it. See, that's what I'm doing. I'm warning many of the righteous who can hear this message. Wherever this message travels, don't do it. Don't do the evil that you're considering. Just don't do it. You don't have to do it. Just don't do it. Don't worry about it. Let it go. Let it go. Yah deal with them. And maybe Yah's plan for you is to be maybe a stepping stone for them to make it back. but deliver your soul by not doing wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Or by not encouraging their wickedness, telling them not to do wicked. He said, if you do that, there's going to be a double blessing. They'll make it, and you're going to be rewarded because they made it. Amen. Verse 22. And the hand of Yahuwah was upon me, and he said unto me, arise and go forth to the plain, and I will talk with you. In other words, that quiet place I told you guys many times. Always make time for you, just for you and Elohim, for reflection, for prayer, fasting, and restoration. You need to hear. Then I arose and went forth into the plain, and behold, the glory of Elohim stood there, as the glory which I saw by the river of Kavar. And I fell on my face. Then the Rahuk entered into me, and set me upon my feet, and spoke with me, and said unto me, go, shut yourself up within your house. A quiet place. A quiet place. Like it is for me right now. A quiet place. But you, O son of Adam, behold, they shall put bands upon you, and they shall bind you with them, and you shall not go out amongst them. So y'all saying, I will give you everything you need. If you come to me, I'll insulate you. How about that? I will insulate you. And you won't be out there with the wicked and practicing their wickedness. He says, almost like it's like, oh, this is one time I'm going to refrain you from being and doing evil. He goes on to say, and I will make your tongue to cleave to the roof of your mouth, that you shall be dumb, and you shall not be to them a reprover. For they are a rebellious house. So he's saying to you at some point, he's going to pull us in. After we've fulfilled his commandments. As I said, once you warn them, leave them alone. He said, I'm going to tie your tongue down. I'm going to pull you back in from them, so that when destruction comes upon them, it's not going to harm you. It's like Noah going into the ark. When Noah went into the ark, you might think Noah was feeling bad for the people outside. No, he wasn't. Because if you go back to the book of Joshua, them folk were trying to kill Noah and his family. They were trying to break in that house. That's why y'all told you, get your weapons, get yourself prepared. See, y'all was the weapon for Noah. Who's going to be the weapon for you? Y'all sealed the place up. They used the wild animals to run them wicked-ass demons and heathens away from that ark. What's going to protect you? Yeah, the Rahuk will protect you, but he did tell you, you need to make sure you got a gun or two around. Remember that message? Oh, and some food and some other things that he's giving you the wisdom to get through his word, through your obedience. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about you got to say it. You got to spring forth that truth. You got to speak that word. My brothers, again, you have to speak that word. My sisters, you have to speak the word. You got to bring it out. You have no choice. And y'all said when he's ready for you to stop talking, he's going to cleave your tongue to your mouth. In other words, he said, I'm going to just quiet you. I'm going to pull you away from you. They're going to be looking for you. They're not going to be able to find you. And so that's what a lot of you people, now I'm talking to the strangers. I'm talking to those who are among us, but who are still in rebellion against this word. You still want to love and be a part of this world. See, there's going to come a day and time, all these people that you enjoy being around, your safety net, well, I ain't coming in, but I want to hear DFG talk. Your safety net, well, I ain't coming in because I want to hear Sister, Michelle Hammond, talk. Because I know that sister around, then I know that, that means I still have time. Or same thing, I don't want to come in, but see Brother Hammond, Brother Robert Hammond, as long as I know where he is and he's around, then I know I ain't got to come in. See all these niggers and niggeresses who are playing that game. They're gambling with their souls, thinking that you always going to be there. You mothers who out there, trying to tell your children to come in and they won't come in, your daughters to come in, your grandchildren to come in, that they won't come in, your man to come in, he won't come in. Y'all say a time going to come where he's going to pull you away from them and they're going to be looking for you where you went. They ain't going to be able to find you. They're going to want to hear that word from you. There's not going to be a word for them. They're going to pick up this book and this book is going to be like a blank sheet to them. The words will be there, but there'll be no understanding, no revelation. And that day is going to come. And it's going to come in a time where they don't think it's going to come. Y'all say, I'm going to catch you right in your skullduggery. In other words, right in your wickedness. So, son of man, sister, my brothers, y'all say we are commanded to bring forth this word. He said, if we don't bring forth this word, he's going to judge us. He's going to judge us like he judged them goddamn wicked ones out there. So we don't have a choice in the matter, is what I'm trying to tell you, sisters and brothers. You had better say something. And many of you guys, you know you're not doing it. I'm telling you, this is what the words say. Go read it for yourself. You're being deceived because I just want to get along. I don't want to offend nobody. And I don't really know what to say. That's a lie. You know what to say when you want to go get you something to eat. You know what to say when you want to go buy you something or go ask somebody for service or you looking for something to purchase in them goddamn department stores. You seem to know what to say. You want to go into them damn bars, you know what drink you want to order, you seem to know what to say. And you don't seem to be afraid to go amongst all them damn heathens when you were running them damn streets. Now you're afraid? Are you serious? Who are you trying to convince? Who are you trying to convince with that foolishness? Yourself? There's no deception like self-deception. That's called reprobating. Don't self-deceive. It's like don't self-medicate. Don't self-deceive. Be honest. Bring them the truth. Pray that they hear the truth. But don't waste your time fighting with them with the truth. Because once you brought that truth to them, you've done what Yah is expecting. You've saved your soul. If they hear, theirs will be saved too. But if they don't, they on their own, their ass is going to die. If you don't tell them, your ass is going to die. Whether you in or out. If you don't speak the truth, Yah said you like that man who gave that one talent to. They did nothing with that talent. Yah said he took that talent from him and gave it to the ones who used theirs and threw his ass out with the hypocrites. Oh, you thought I forgot that story? Oh, no. He threw the one who did nothing, the one who kept quiet to himself and didn't want to offend anybody. He threw his ass out of the kingdom and slammed the door behind him. That's going to apply to you, Mr. or you, Miss. The same thing about Yah is no respecter of person. He did it to one, he's going to do it to all who commit that abomination by keeping your mouth shut. Amen? Almost done. Praise Elohim. Man. He said, but when I speak with you, I will open your mouth, and you shall say unto them, thus says Yahuwah, he that hears, let him hear, and he that refuseth to hear, let him refuse to hear. But guess what? Many of our people are in rebellion and will stay in rebellion. But it's not up for you to decide who that's going to be, my brothers and my sisters. So you speak the word. And once you've spoken that word, then rest assured you've done what Yah has called you to do. You've saved your own soul, your own rahuk, your own life. The death angel will go over you when this death angel is going through them, and it's going to come real, real fast. I don't even want to speak death into our people, but it's coming anyway. Not because Yah don't love them, it's because they didn't love Yah. Amen? So, I don't know what I'm going to title this message, I guess. Happy Easter. Praise Yah. All right? That said, y'all know what I meant. That was sarcastic. Trust me. That was sarcasm on steroids. If anything, the Passover or the death angel will come. And will you be celebrating Easter? That's probably a better title. Praise Yah. DFG, talk to you soon. Bye now.